Welcome back, Captain Stevens.
Where am I?
You are inside the source code.
What is the source code?
It's a computer program, Captain.
Source code enables you to cross over into another man's identity in the last 8 minutes of his life.
At 7:48 this morning, a bomb exploded on a train outside of Chicago, killing everyone on board. A man named Sean Fentress was on that train. He is now you.
Jake, first of all, congratulations on source code. Why don't we start off with you just telling us about the character you play in the film?
Okay, I play Captain Colter Stevens, who's a helicopter pilot for the Army, and he flies helicopters in Afghanistan, and he's shot down and loses consciousness and wakes up on a train, and he doesn't know where he is. He's not wearing clothes he recognizes, and he's sitting across from a woman who's talking to him like she knows who he is, and he has no idea who she is or what she's saying.
Talk to me, Sean.
Look, I don't know who Sean is, and I don't know who you are.
And all of a sudden a train passes in the opposite direction, and he looks in the reflection of the train, and he sees something that doesn't look like his face, which surprises him, and he goes to the bathroom to sort of double check and realizes essentially he's not in his own body and it's not his face he sees in the mirror. No. So he starts to flip out even more than he was flipping out before, and before he knows it, the entire train explodes. And again, he's shifted to another parallel universe, and he's in a pod, and he's given a mission, and he doesn't know what's going on. And the mission is essentially, let's make it simple because it gets very interesting as it goes along, but the mission is he has to find out who the bomber of the train is, and he has to find out for himself where he is, why he's there, and who is this girl he's sitting across from.
Now, one of the things that really was remarkable to me in the movie is the performance you're able to bring out, despite the fact that in a lot of the film, you're by yourself. You're alone in this pod, as you say. What was your philosophy in trying to get that performance, even though you're not interacting with anybody else?
I think, it's a lot about being like a kid again. When you're a kid and you pick something up, a random stick or a twig or a ball or whatever, and all of a sudden it becomes another character and you start to use your imagination. I mean, I love that. I loved also that Duncan would play out these scenes in the pod, 7-page scenes all in one take. So I'd be essentially talking to myself. Sometimes I'd hear Vera Farmiga's voice. Sometimes I would have somebody read the lines to me, and sometimes I would just memorize the other lines and talk to myself, and I loved that. I mean, I never saw anything. There was green screen on the screens that in the movie you see as a face, and so it added to a sense of isolation and disconnection and confusion, and I really reveled in it because it just felt like play, it felt like kids play.
Now, you mentioned Duncan, and
Yeah.
there have been a lot of people looking forward to his next film, After Moon. What was it like working with him on this
I was
film?
looking forward to his next film. It was wonderful working with Duncan. I mean, I think when I saw Moon and I saw, what he did with that film and his confidence in storytelling and visuals, and then at the same time with all these things going on, that you would find from a very talented director, you also have this incredible performance by Sam Rockwell in the middle of that movie.
Right.
And so I could just see that he was juggling tons and tons of balls, and it was just with ease. And I said, I want to work with this guy, and working with him when he finally decided to do the movie, which was like a great surprise to all of us. He was like the first choice. I never thought we'd get him. Was a wonderful. He reminded me of Ang Lee when I worked with Ang Lee on Brokeback Mountain. He's even though he's very energetic in press, and I see him, he's very charismatic when he talks to everybody out here now. When we're shooting, he's quiet, really in charge. Very trusting of his actors. He was very trusting of me, which instilled me with a lot of confidence. And yet at the same time, I felt like he had a lot of control over what he wanted to do. I mean, so often I would have an opinion or a question about something. He had already thought about it. And we most likely, at pretty much every turn, agreed. And I just love his style. I think we're real contemporaries, and it was a joy to work with him, and I hope I can work with him again.
Listen, again, congratulations on the film. We can't wait to have it on AMC screens.
Thanks, man.
Take care. Thanks again.